You're listening to DDO Players News Podcast. Help me.
We are officially old.
But Stormreach, don't they have a large number of moons?
They do, 13 of them, yeah.
And you know why there's 13, Pine Leaf?
Because why are there... I know it's tied to planes or something like that, right?
No, because it's a baker's dozen.
Baker's dozen. Oh, see what you did there.
I'm glad somebody got it. Thank you for backing me up, Bunny.
Oh, boy.
I'm golf clapping. Golf clap. Golf clap.
So what you're saying is referring back to my question several episodes ago about you possibly renting a loft in Baltimore for Raven fans.
That's right.
You're at least scoping out the facility, looking to see if it's a bit more possible now.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly like this is. This comes from a pretty leaky ship, but that's okay, It's
You'll never throw away the collectibles. What are you thinking? I'm channeling this right now.
Bad, Pine Leaf.
What are you
Bad.
thinking?
We are going to get a strongly worded email from Lesano. I have to have a talk with that Pine Leaf boy.
How many car
It
wrecks
was
have happened
crazy.
because of that podcast?
Yeah. We have something new to DDO, Pine Leaf. It took 10 years to happen.
What?
We have a shirtless male armor now.
What? But wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Something's wrong with that picture.
Uh-oh. Pine Leaf logic coming in 3, 2, 1, go.
What?
Title of the email was Pine Leaf Can Redeem Himself.
So the labyrinth's a piece of cake, is it? Well, let's see how you deal with this little slice.
The server select scroll bar in the launcher is now its correct green color.
What color was it?
I have no idea. As of our recording, which is Monday night on September the 19th, we have 65.59% for the Dragonborn race to a 25.8% on the Kobold race, which that really shocked me.
Kobolds never forget!
You're dead to me again, Pine Leaf.
Labyrinth is the weirdest movie I have ever seen.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah. Ooh.
Also known as, this is why we can't have nice things. I do like reviewing stuff.
He's a liar. There were also sheep involved. Anyway.
How many times have we been on your show and you say the same thing
does.
every time?
I was about to say,
I'm gonna regret this.
as I always do. I hit you all, I'm never playing with you again.
And then he plays the next week. That's
and
good.
then like 2 weeks later, it's like, hey, we're going to do okay.
You'll drink anybody's blood? Half orcs, half elves. It's all
I'm
good.
not,
Humans,
Not picky. Yeah, it's all blood.
gnomes, gnome blood.
Gnomes, it takes like at least three gnomes to
You
make
do
them
need a
all.
3-to-1
That's right.
ratio for
That's right.
gnomish blood.
Right.
What about
Halflings are 2-to-1 because they're a little bit
2-to-1? Because you can
2 to 1,
stack.
it's fine.
We have to stack them vertically.
There you go.
I could hang up.
Ponytails now animate correctly.
So when you took Pine Leaf out to the desert, did you leave him there? Is that where Pine Leaf is?
That's where Pine Leaf is. He's still in the desert with mummy rot. You want to put that in the bloopers.
Woo. And therefore, with that done, we can head into questions. Woo.
Also known as Let's Roast Our Guests. So I'm disappointed in you, Pine Leaf. You didn't take the Gandalf answer. You have disappointed me, sir.
All right, Drac. Now, maybe you can answer a question for me.
I surely can try.
Why does Hasbro need their own convention?
Nobody knows, Pine Leaf. Hey, happy Halloween, everybody. Almost said happy anniversary.
Oh, you
Freudian slip.
Good evening.
I loves it so.
Got to Zugamoy's boss room and then was squished.
Real vampires don't sparkle. She recast the Rocky Horror Picture Show with DDO characters.
What?
And I must say, I know I've said this before, but I think that's the best coupon code ever.
Vegetatively? Okay.
Chris Perkins did say during the interview, though, if you go back in the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, Curse of Strahd, and Storm King's Thunder, you should be able to figure out what the next storyline is going to be, because there is hints in each one of those books.
And did you go back to those books to see if you could figure out what those hints were?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Hopefully they're madly typing, yeah, we hear you, we hear you, we hear you.
I hope so.
I have not seen Terminator.
That doesn't shock me. So if you're new to DDO Players News Podcast, this is going to be a really weird first episode for you to listen to.
This house was built for Pine Leaf Needles, My Little Pony.
Standing Stone Games, they are going to be an independent studio, which let's just be honest and add this to a list right now of a movie Pine Leaf has never seen nor never will see. But the problem is their definition of quote-unquote nearby enemies is a bit off in my estimation.
You mean they seem to be calling for everyone within 10 miles of them?
Yeah, pretty much. Because Torque is the one that made the pit, and that is why I curse him. I hate the pit.
Yeah.
But anyways, so now people are saying legendary pit, and I'm saying you people are insane. And I actually have 3 gnomes now. So
3 of them.
Sorry, it's my fault.
I thought if I ignored it, that it would just go away. No, I'm kidding. Love the gnome. Oh my god, so much. I love having a giant nose. Can we also talk about the social or the socioeconomic implications of the fact that Eberron can't stop exploiting people? Excuse me. Can we just take a moment here to say stop? All right, guys, if you are running some sort of underground slave trade camp thing, stop.
I don't think it's underground.
It's not. Some of it is underground. We definitely went underground. I want a ninja bread house, though. I want one with the police tape in the yard. The gingerbread house where a crime scene has occurred.
Do you want to say something, Pinley?
Well, you sort of skipped me in the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry,
It's your show. There you go.
Is that really the first time that it's ever blown up on you?
The first time I've ever exploded the foundry was today.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm so glad that I could come on your show and share my shame with other people.
You're welcome, Lessa.
Hey, Piney,
Yeah.
would you mind saying hi, Natalie, to my sister?
Pinley as a fan. That's awesome.
Just one.
Hi, Natalie.
Did she properly faint after that? Or...
That's what she heard. Cool if you actually had a sister named Natalie.
Oh, sorry, it's Natasha. She's texting me saying it's Natasha.
That's awesome. That's the greatest thing ever.
Kindly, would you mind saying hi to my sister, Natasha?
How can you not know your sister's name?
It's not her real name, just like your name's not Piney.
Oh, that's the best thing ever.
Sorry, Natasha.
So, Lessa, what is your goal for this year?
I am going to upgrade full plate ringleader. It was the last freaking thing I ever do in my whole life.
I was very disappointed because I was waiting for this to show up at my door because I figured somebody would buy this for me for Christmas, but they did not. So what is wrong with you people? Where's my red dragon head that I can hang on my wall? I just have one question.
Yeah?
When do you sleep? When do you eat? How do you play this much stuff? I thought I had a lot of...
We had a holiday weekend here.
Well, still, I thought I had a lot of time on my hands, but good Lord, man. That Pricchiosaurus has just tweeted out, at DDO Players and at DDO Unlimited, this Friday, watch Drac fail at the Reaver puzzle. Start off the new year with a whole lot of Drac fail.
Now, is it proper to call you the community manager for Standing Stone Game, or do you have a different title you prefer?
I prefer King. No.
We got called out over on Massively for organizing a fan campaign to vote the game up.
You win Dungeons and Dragons Online.
One Rodney Thompson. Yes, that Rodney Thompson. And Gumsking in the chat is saying, it's finally almost here. I hope it's good. I supported it, and I forgot all about it until now. And I do have to point this out. Gumsking in the chat is saying they used the, quote, alternative facts, quote, version in claiming they completed 10 skulls.
people in the chat room, I hope you have some Lysol with you. Just saying. But Dragonborn, they're coming. There's going to be tons of them, just like gnomes. It's going to be Dragon.
Does that mean it's going to be
Geddon, I guess?
Dragonborn Geddon, yes.
People have been wanting bear dyes. People want to dye their bears. So Joffrey is organizing the March of the Bears.
Whee!
Like, I could mention a dance from like the 18th century, and you could tell me everything I need to know about that dance, when it was, why it was invented, and who first did it. But yet you don't know the Michael Jackson Thriller dance. That's what makes you great, finally.
I sense a little bit of hyperbole there, but concerning Angel Tears, I guess it's one of those things that, because it's not exactly a common item, I never know whether the thing that is plaguing me at the moment is suitable for Angel Tears or not, so I wind up never using them.
It depends what you have affecting you, because Angel Tears will remove like any ability damage. It'll also remove like curses, blindness, confused, dazed, dazzled, exhaustion, stuff like that. So
by the time I finish reading the list, it's over. What
is a Dragonsborn favorite breakfast?
Favorite breakfast? This is, I would say roasted gnome.
Ah, you stole my answer. Yes. At one time you did get some free ones. Now you have to buy them. And then you just
have to buy the free ones?
No, not that would be funny, actually. I'm disappointed in the coupon code this week. They've been awesome so far. That one, not so good.
Like, resistance is futile?
Wrong game, but we can go with that. Lavishly illustrated.
Lavishly.
That was a podcast, and wow, I think I did probably piss a lot of people off with that episode, but we'll see. Dark Fire has been adjusted, read into that as nerfed, as follows. It only fires one missile, has a base damage of 1d6 per character level with no max caster level, has its damage scale at 100% spell power, cost 5 spell points instead of an action boost charges, and has a 6-second cooldown.
What was it like before?
OP and amazing. If they can survive the Tomb of Horrors, I'm out. I'm done. That's it. Yachis123 has created a map showing the location of DDO Quest on Zendrick. Shame on you. You don't know the podcast.
How about Bernadette Peters?
Actually have maybe 2 D&D movies on the horizon.
2 of them?
Oh my god. What the hell was that crap?
That quest made Wayloon look fun.
And then I will truly be the wolflock that I was born to be, to Pilate.
And you have a howling good time.
Yes, I will. Note to self: insert boo sound effect.
I've heard a rumor that we may have a sponsor now.
We do have a sponsor, thanks to the great guys at Easy Roller Dice Company. So check them out.
So let's then head into the damsels, and if they wish to talk about anything.
Well, right now.
Yeah, I wish to talk about the fact that Drac said, "Hey, would you guys like to be on the show?" And we were like, "What?"
There's a reason.
I have like, blah 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 blah. Drac, it's dead. Blah 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 blah. Drac, it's dead. You can stop shooting. Blah 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 blah. I'm out of ammo. Does anybody have any ammo?
What are you trying to say?
Okay.
Nothing.
And you know that if you mention Chekhov in Act 1, you will have to be used by Act 3, right?
What is a group of Earth elementals called?
An avalanche? Stream of Annihilation!
Who doesn't need beard lotion? Green Flame!
Yeah.
Draculetta's magnificent RNG curse. It's -10 to all loot rolls. I like it, Gums. I like it. So we pass the goal, so we can actually order our camera setup now. So thank you very much to everybody that donated. Everybody can rejoice and jump up and down knowing that we will never have to discuss this again.
Could you imagine the monsters you're going to have to face?
Dinosaurs, Pine Leaf, dinosaurs! So have you ever sat around, Pine Leaf, and wondered who would win in a fight between Jason and Freddy?
I must admit that has never crossed my mind.
And nobody in the audience is shocked at this.
I'm doing parkour all throughout the rafters in order to reach these switches.
They hate fun. Bad. Fun bad. Sucks.
Of course.
Oh no, this one quest is going to be ruined.
Exactly. It's going to be ruined. Turn Undead sucks. Turn Undead is worthless. They're proposing these changes. Oh, Turn Undead's the greatest thing ever. Don't touch my Turn Undead. This is why we can't have nice things, people.
For the vast majority of 20-plus content and the vast majority of players, Turn Undead is indeed useless.
You're going to reincarnate back to an officer?
No way.
Why not, right?
Why not? Better than being a monk again.
A monklock.
Monklock.
Internal and live data gathering has led to the conclusion that the Warlock DPS is unquestionably too high in the heroic levels. Cue the people on the forums, oh my god, the game is over, I'm going to quit this game. You're ruining this game. You're ruining it all. Oh, it's horrible. Because if you still have XP debt from when you died, from when you played back when that was a thing, you need to play your characters more often.
Yeah. So now let's begin with the game news.
Crickets.
And moving right along.
Crickets, tumbleweeds, crickets. Yeah. That's it, folks. That's the game news. We just said game news. That's it.
Permadeath didn't really complement our playstyle very well. And we spent a lot of time in Korthos.
Well, now I know why they call it DDO Kasplat.
I got talked into trying a new game called 7 Days to Die. I don't know if you've played it.
No, never heard of that.
Yeah.
Please tell me about the 7 Days to Die game. So can I guess who talked you into playing it?
You could probably get it in 3.
42. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Had to. Anyway, enough RNG suck talk.
All right, then let's have a look at the Chronicle comment, which is, if you had a choice. Oh, that's what we did.
Welcome to the show, Pine Leaf. Welcome to the show. Which I'm not going to say the name of it for reasons. I'm not going to go into my reasons.
Okay.
Because
it's called the Armor of Felicia or something?
Gums King in the chat is saying Pine Leaf doesn't need spreadsheets because he has it all memorized. All he has to do is consult the Pinepedia. What is a little-known dwarven mining tip?
I would have thought that most dwarves would have just tipped their picks with a mithril or something very strong like that.
It's not. You're taking it literally.
Oh, you mean literally.
Like a tip. Like, watch for falling rocks. That would be a tip. Not their pickaxe tips.
Oh, and not how often they fall over after drinking too much beer.
Exactly. Nightbot saying this year's Gen Con sponsored by Xanax.
Sawajin.
Domains, and even more domains.
I hoped Castle Ravenloft embodies some compromise solution that maximizes goodwill. We need lots more of that. Dude, you're talking about Strahd and Castle Ravenloft. There is no goodwill. But anyway. I think we need to get Cordovan on the show and see if we can't get him a little chatty.
How are things going in Bavaria? I always get that name wrong, don't I?
Yes, usually you do. We can do this collectible card game thing because we invented this collectible card game thing.
Yes, that's for sure.
Sip does everything.
Yeah, there was a rumor once I was actually a cloned short Italian, and I actually do like 5 or 6 clones to get everything done. So it's not true. I'm just kind of out of my mind. There's something about DDO that almost no other MMO has. Yar yar. Yar yar, dude, I've missed you. It's been so long.
Hey, look, a Dungeons & Dragons ride. It's always the damsel's fault. But I keep going back on the show. What does that say about me?
You're a glutton for punishment?
And you might be asking yourself, what the heck is Maze Arcana? And I'm asking, why don't you know what Maze Arcana is already?
You know what episode this is?
150. Also happens to coincide with the 3rd year anniversary of the site as well.
Yay!
So we have actually made it 3 years and 150 episodes.
And they haven't shut us down yet.
That's right.
Draculetta, are you going to trust your players' die rolls?
Heck no! Stinger AE asked, first and foremost, when are they going to make Mithri happy and fix the cold spells?
I don't know.
There was a thread in the forum that was called, Linabelle, please fix.
My favorite part is the suggestions that I had already fixed internally, and I could just quote them and be like, yeah, fix that.
I will also be sending Lessa an I'm sorry card.
I made a joke about Lessa because off of something that Saba said.
Oh, God.
I immediately felt ashamed.
She did.
She did.
Bad Bonnie.
Oh, my God.
Unless it's going to go 10 months wasn't long enough.
Stradvent.
I am Madame Eva. I can see your future with my tarot deck. The future, it is so bright. I must wear the shades. That is music reference. Pine Leaf, he won't get it.
Skype is being particularly Skypey tonight.
They're probably trying to break it. Can we break this? No, not so much. Good, let's put it on Mania and let the players break it. Steel Star has been trolling us the whole time. Shambling Mound.
Stradvent is over, and the Dark Lord is nigh. It's Strad Eve. No more festival cookies, no pussyfooting around. The update is tomorrow. All of you who dare visit Barovia shall suffer immeasurably. I'm so excited.
Strahd is going to kill us all.
Hey, now I have a question. Did she intentionally actually finish it off with a music reference I've actually heard before?
Wow, I'm impressed. Really? Wow. I figured I was going to have to explain that to you. That's awesome. No Strahd for you. In the quest, Sealed in Amber, you will no longer sometimes get PvP flagged, and you can start killing your party. Not working as intended.
Is that why you summoned Patrick here, to help heal you?
Yes. Maybe.
You want me to heal? That's not what I do.
Well, you're not a cleric?
Doesn't matter if there's a cleric symbol or not. Doesn't mean you heal.
Ouch.
Healing was not in this contract. That costs extra.
Let me clarify. You will get 5 red and 5 white hands. They are not red and white. I was hoping they created like a new candy cane colored Bigby's hand, for like the holidays.
Temple of Elemental Pine. I know. You like fire, I like electricity.
That's right. Records in the Past would have been good, but it had that stupid light puzzle in it. So it gets marks off for me for the dumb light puzzle. Those freaking kids are creepy as hell.
What?
Kelterin, he wants to know what is the scariest looking sword in the game.
I would say anyone whose point is sticking in my face.
So it is a Tomapalooza going on.
Tomapalooza.
And Pine Leaf got sealed in amber, apparently.
Apparently so. But preserve to find my DNA later on or something?
Maybe. Ooh, are we going to have Pine Leaf Park?
Pine Leaf Park.
1,000 years from now, people will find your little piece of amber and take your DNA, and we'll make little pine leaves running around and call it Pine Leaf Park. What advice do you have for a new player of the Rezia ice game?
Go to Ravenloft instead. Is the producer's letter out? Is the producer's letter out?
No, 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 and no.
Oh. Rambo the board game. Oh, what?
Yeah, it was kind of funny because last week we're like, oh, it'll come soon, trademark. We don't know when soon is. Well, apparently soon was the next day. Gotta watch out for those sketchy-looking wizards. If you haven't, really followed Old Spice, their, PR department is pretty amazing. They do some pretty amazing things on Twitter, and this was one of them. Just out of the blue last week, they're like, hey, we have a character class for you. They said you can download this new Old Spice Gentleman class for the greatest role-playing game of all time. We're waiting on to see on Bull Roar at some point. Not Bull Roar. I'm totally getting the game confused. See, that's your fault. You did that to me. You did that to me. That is your fault. I'm blaming that on you. Lamania. That's what I wanted to say. Where henceforth, this patch shall be known as the Mythery patch. Don't exploit. Can't walk in. It's just I'm banned. What's going on? R.I.P. monks. R.I.P.
The monk nerf. You mean
monks? We hardly knew ya. Yeah, exactly.
So
Nerf says what?
Ooh? What?
I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid finally.
Well, you don't have much time for that.
So if you're listening to the podcast, you're in the future, and this has already transpired. How is the future, by the way? Is it good? I hope so.
Did I ever tell you about 30-sided dice?
Wow, this is getting all confusing. Back on track. Back on track. We're keeping it on the rails this week. So don't blink. See, there's two Doctor Who references in one show. This is more than the nerds out there can take.
I turned Zuggotmoy's chamber, private hall, into a rainbow.
I'm sure nobody's guessing at this point. They're like, wow, I wonder if he really did place a pre-order. Spoiler alert. Yes, I did.
For a moment there, I thought you said Potion of Titan's grave. And I said, what does it do? Give you 5 gold in a party? Or something? Oh, fun.
Meh. We'll see.
We'll see.
Rent is
yeah.
DDO
Really?
Illuminati.
Oh,
you
please.
didn't know.
No, I did not.
I don't know why I'm not playing a favorite soul, or never played a favorite soul. Maybe because I play the real version of a battle cleric, Paladin.
That's exactly right.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Rinse, res, repeat.
Yep.
The Munchkin Summer Games are officially underway yet again.
Oh, nice. On my left hand, I have my wedding ring, and on my right hand, I have my D20 spinner ring. And it's because I'm married to my wife, and I'm married to gaming.
Oh!
Snap!
The rent quote of the week. You can judge a geek's level of success by whose basement he lives in. I live in my own. So. My own
I'm
damn
top
basement.
tier.
Yeah, I'm a top tier geek. Yeah, I haven't even achieved my full form. My final form.
My final form.
He has one more evolution.
Take this money, and I'm like, why are you giving me money?
He's like,
And
why
then-
are you giving me all this money?
And then she's like, stay right here. And then she
Stay
ran
right
up to her room, and next thing I know, there's this giant ass Dritz walking down the hallway at me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And she's like, ship this to me.
This week, the topic is what is your favorite race and why? It's clearly supposed to be Warforged. That's the correct answer.
Well, see, at least I didn't go totally crazy, and I didn't have you and Lessa both on.
Aha!
That's when things go horribly, horribly wrong.
You say horribly wrong. I say interesting. White Plume Mountain. You know, there's always supposed to be that plume of white smoke coming up out of this mountain. Are they sure it's like a dungeon? Because it could just be like a bakery, you know? They got, maybe Willy Wonka's there with the Oompa Loompas, and you go inside, and there's just a whole bunch of, swords made out of chocolate.
Send them to the fire.
I pronounce names wrong. It's what I do. I would suggest not running Leroy Jenkins style into that room. I know when he did that interview, it was right after mine. It just shows how far we have come with Dungeons and Dragons.
And Drac, what all have you been up to?
Next.
Ouch.
That's how bad it was.
Lore reasons?
Lore reasons. Dear God, please let Pine Leaf get this joke.
Even Pine Leaf got the joke.
Yeah. He says it's magical, but does not know the extent of its powers. When you touch the object, you can feel the magical energy radiating off of it. Before you can determine what the object is, the seller snatches it away with a smirk, and he says, 500,000 platinum. Do you buy the object, or do you leave it for the next adventure?
Well, that answer is, of course, quite obvious, because I have nowhere near 500,000 platinum.
Holy shnikes! Existing copies of random loot gen cloaks will not be given an appearance. Sorry.
Oh, okay. In other words, they were randomly selected to be transparent cloaks.
Like Piney found out just moments ago.
Yes.
Surprise! You could look at it that way.
Well, you can't look at it because they're transparent.
Oh, I see what you did there now, finally. Oh my God, stick with the spelling and go with it.
I know!
Oh
It's
my Lord.
insane!
Oh, it is. It is.
You're going to learn about the feud, the internal feud that's going on within the organization about the spelling.
There's like a schism
Yeah,
within
there is
Force
a
Gray.
schism of the proper way to spell it.
They're calling it the spelling wars.
Are you the EY or AY? Start a GoFundMe to buy Pine Leaf a corn
Pine Leaf,
popper.
get a Pine Leaf a popper. And it would have worked if Pine Leaf hadn't healed people.
That's right. Your meddling healing skills got in the way of my plans.
It is titled D&D Kasplat, after all.
Well, true.
The Bankers Guild is coming after you for rent on the castle.
Yes. So more loot I'll never get.
Is it something that would be appropriate for a Wood Elf Rogue?
It's going to be. I don't know if it's totally appropriate, but it's going to be.
I was watching a video and someone was talking about freezing pine needles, and that sort of gave me a chill.
Our little Pine Leaf is growing up, folks. The pork barrel.
The pork barrel?
There are way too many damn puzzles in that game.
200. We are going to make it to 200, right?
Who would have thunk this little podcast would have made it to 200 episodes?
That is all for tonight, and this is Planet Mules reminding you to quest responsibly.